12s, my name is Carden Madzokere, and I'm the author and publisher of the Distinction Bound Student Textbooks. And welcome to lesson or video 1.6 under secular flow. Okay, so as we did in the past, we start by studying the diagram below and answer the questions that follow. Now, in this diagram, let's have a look where it says here secular flow and the multiplier. Okay, so we have income Y of 100 million going to consumers. So these are households, these are businesses, or then we have a financial market in between. Okay, I see here some savings, that's a leakage. I see investment, that's an injection. Okay, so 20 million is saved, 100 million is invested. Okay, so we have a 0.2 MPS and a 0.8 MPC. So we consume 80 million. Okay, I get it. So this again is a two-sector model. We saw a two-sector model before, but the information they're sharing here is relatively different. So let's see what they're going to ask. Right, this the way the question is structured, you see it's still the same 1, 1, 2, 2, 4. So just get used to this questioning sequence and just know that it is like that. And usually your 1-mark questions, you wouldn't get it wrong. Try by all means to ensure that you always get your 1-mark questions right. And under secular flow, mostly what they want you to calculate is the multiplier. So just get your multiplier right. You will mostly be assured of your 4 marks at the bottom. So let's have a look. Right, so question 1, identify the value of the marginal propensity to save MPS. All right, so where do we have savings? We have here. So basically, it's an easy one, man. This is 0.2. The answer is 0.2. This is MPC, marginal propensity to consume. This is marginal propensity to save. Add them together, you get 1. So the answer there is 0.2. Then, like I said, this is one thing you don't get wrong, because MPS, savings, come on. How would you get this wrong? How? It's not even possible. Name the leakage that relates to the foreign sector. Okay, so first let's think about our leakages. So it might not be in the extract, but think about your leakages. So our leakages is S, it's T, and it's M. So none of that says foreign sector except for M. So M, that's your imports. So the answer there will be imports. The other foreign sector related leakage or injection is exports. And exports are obviously an injection. So the answer is simple, imports, M. Right, briefly describe the term autonomous consumption. Well, we had it in our what do you call it? Summary, where we said when income like consumption actually that is not affected by the level of income is autonomous consumption. So basically you want to say something like that. So the level of spending that is independent of the level of income or changes in income. So basically it means even when income levels are at 0, this consumption happens regardless. So we call it autonomous consumption. The opposite of this would be induced consumption, which is consumption that is affected by the level of income. Right, number 4, explain explain the importance of savings in an economy. Well, if you think about it, savings, well, who saves in the economy? Well, I was gonna go back to that'll be far. But if we think about our secular flow diagram, you saw that we had this portion here where I showed you how we as households would interact with the financial market. Then you saw that there are households, or some of us, that when they draw up our budgets, we may find out that we have more than we need. So we save that money in financial institutions. But now, the good thing about that is it makes provision of loans to those households that are in deficit, actually, that when they draw up their budgets, they have less than they actually need. If I give a simple example, let's say I have 12,000 and I only need 8,000. So that means I have 4,000 free money, like 4,000 that I don't need to use. So I'll save it in through a financial institution. Now, that 4,000 is then given to someone who, when they draw up their budget, they realize that they have 8,000, but they actually need 12,000. So they need 4,000. So then the financial institution will lend that 4,000 to that particular household. Then they can be able to purchase whatever it is that they are looking for. Okay, so at the end of the day, we see how important that is, because those households will then use that money to spend it on goods and services anyway. So it's basically, yes, when I save, the 4,000 is leaking because I could have been spending it, but that 4,000 can then be given to someone else, then they spend it. So at the end of the day, we see the importance. So anything along those lines. Then the last one, use the marginal propensity to consume. Okay, which one is it? It will be this 0.8. So use the marginal propensity to consume, or MPC, in the diagram above to determine the value of the multiplier. Show all calculations. Well, that will be K is equals to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. K is equals to 1 divided by 0.8. And then that means K is equals to 1 divided by 0.2. Because 1 minus 0.8 is 0.2, which is our MPS. And then so 0.2 gets into 1 5 times, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1 5 times. Well, I'm going to just show you our answers. There we have them. So we say it here. The MPC is 0.2. It was clear. Then imports. Then briefly, or autonomous, the level of spending that is independent of the level of income. Basically, if we want to also simplify this, we would say it is spending that is not affected by the level of income. Then explain the importance of savings. Well, I said this, savings ensure the availability of loanable funds in financial institutions for investment. Basically, anything along those lines. Then last but not least, we were given an MPC of 0.8. So using our formula, our multiplier is 5. So at the end of the day, well, look here, a maximum of 3 marks will be allocated for correct calculation without the formula. So this portion here is very vital. I always tell my learners to not leave out the formula. So this is not me saying this. This is the memo. It says this, so you may get it right, but just ensure that you have your formula. That way, you are not going to lose marks. Well, this has brought us to the end of 1.6. As always, thank you. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to share to your friends. Thank you. God bless.